Hi, my name's Carol Ricard, and welcome back to the next session. So in this session, what we're going to do is figure out what stress is. So I want to ask you a question, and be ready, be prepared. Think about what is the first thing that comes to your mind when I say this word. You ready? The word is stress. So what popped into your head? Was it work? Was it family? Was it migraines in my case? Was it bills? Was it the weather? Kids? The fact is that all of those things would be right because that word means different things to different people. And in the 25 years I've been teaching this in hospital settings, I got an all. Actually, the best one I ever got was life, which I thought was really pretty good. I want to give you a really simple definition, though, of what stress is so that we can kind of use it as a working definition. So here it is. Stress is simply our response to a change or a situation. I'm going to say that again. It's our response to a change or a situation. Now, here's the important part you got to understand, that all the changes in our life, they aren't just negative. So stress actually comes wrapped in some, I call them pretty packages. There's the positive things in life that could be stressful for you. Work, a job interview, kids, animals, all those things can actually be positive changes and might cause some stress for you. And then there's the negative side. And so it's not just one or the other, it could be both at the same time. And the other thing that's really important to know is that when we're talking about changes or situations, it could be a little change or a big change. So what I mean by that is if you've ever left late for work, actually for me it was 2 minutes, and that made the most stress because I got stuck behind all the buses. So that 2 minutes, a little bit of time, turned into a big amount of stress because I was 20 minutes late for work. And so stress comes disguised as very different things. All right. And so what we need to do, and what I'm going to ask you to do, is to become a stress detective, because we can't do anything about what we don't see. So I actually created an action sheet that I want you to complete. And here's what it looks like. It's just, and it's with this video, what you're going to do is take this action sheet and write in all of the things, the changes or situations that you find yourself having a response to. Now, if you can't come up with a lot, don't panic, because I've also created another sheet that actually is a list of some ideas. But I want you to think about it first, because what's really important is that you do a little detective work. And what I want you to do is, when you're looking and filling out this stuff, I have on here, for example, work. But here's the thing about it. What is it about work? Is it your boss? Is it your coworkers? Is it the deadlines? Is it people interrupting you when you're trying to get your work done? So it's really important that we kind of get down to the nitty-gritty, because here's the thing. If we want to do something about it, we got to know what we're doing something about. And what's really important about this is that we don't all have the same responses to the same situations or changes. For example, for me, I love driving. And so driving is a situation that doesn't stress me out. But I have a girlfriend who hates driving. And so anytime she has to go anywhere and drive anywhere, well, that's stressful for her. So it's really important that we're looking at just what is for you, not what anybody else is going to affect. And there's one other really important part you got to know about stress. There are some responses that we don't get to change or control. So let me ask if this has ever happened to you. You're going away on vacation, and you could be flying or you could be driving, but you go to bed that night after getting everything packed up. And guess what happens? You can't go to sleep. Who in their right mind would want to stay awake the night before they have to travel somewhere? And so that kind of response, we don't get to stop all of our responses. So the goal that we're trying to do is to minimize the damage for the ones that we can't stop and actually avoid what we can. So just a quick review. What we've kind of been talking about here in session 1 is what is stress? And remember, it's simply your response to a change or a situation. And the work is that you got to do is becoming a little bit of a distress detective and completing these action sheets so that we can take them and move on to some of the other tools that we're going to cover. So with that, I'll see you in the next video.